Those are the choices. Huh, that's coming in a little better now. Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Anybody there? Well, I didn't say I was going to go live, so maybe I should tweet this out. Let's see. The dog wants to come in. Should I tweet this out or let the dog in? I'll let the dog in. Okay. Good boy. Okay, if somebody wants to see the dog, let me know, and I will bring the dog up where you can look at the dog. Unless he decides it's time to leave. They just ate dinner, so. And there goes the dog. It's time to leave. The other one might show up next, because, you know, dogs. All right, I was supposed to look up this, I think. Yeah, I think that's the one that she's looking for. Okay, let me see. Now, where on here is the link? I guess we'll just take this link. Oh, did I remember to put the link in there? Ooh, can't have that. Profile. Anybody show up yet? Nobody showed up yet in the chat. All right, let's see what we got here. See if that works better. Well, maybe that didn't work better. Oh, I think this is the way to do it. Try it like this. All right, now let's go back here. To profile. And then hit delete and I won't delete that one. Maybe Paul will join me in the live stream. Okay, I tried to tweet this out. Whether it worked or not, I do not know. And I didn't really prepare any particular presentation for the live stream, but I did want to give you guys something because I didn't get a video ready to put up Monday. I had posted a few more videos this week. We were fighting with the clouds. We had a lot of cloudy days, cloudy nights, so I couldn't get. There's Adrian. Hi, Adrian. Welcome. I just started the live stream because I was promising to do a video every Monday at 5 o'clock, and I didn't make a video ahead of time to do 5 o'clock today. Hey, Mariah, welcome. I was just talking about why I'm doing a live stream instead of doing a video. Ida, welcome. You've seen my videos lately. You've commented on almost every single one of them, I think. Been doing a few moon videos, but I've been fighting the clouds. And we went to the state fair, which was fun. I did one video of Cracker Country, and I think I've got a couple more state fair videos that I may do later, but I did want to definitely get out one state fair video because that's something that we do every year. Even last year, when they delayed the state fair because of the COVID, we still went. It was just a couple months later than usual. I think it might have been in April last year, whereas it's usually in this time of year, February. And they have, at the state fair here, they have a huge midway, lots and lots of rides, which we don't really go for. And lots of exposition halls, lots of things going on with that. So you can see lots of craft shows, photography contest. There's also contests for woodworking and lots of other things like that. Art. There was some really neat aquariums. They always have neat aquariums over there set up for the aquarium competition. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. I am surprised I got so many people to come to my live stream. Because I didn't announce it ahead of time. Maybe I should do a live stream once a week just to say hi to everybody. I did have one thing that I can do that I thought, I've seen other people on YouTube do this. I don't know whether anybody would be interested about it or not, but over here, I have several different kinds of soda. So I don't drink, but I do drink different kinds of soda. If I see unusual ones, like sodas from around the world. Remember that place? Anybody in here remember going to Epcot when you were a kid? And they had, like on the edge of it was on the side that was the near the living seas, like. It was over near that. And it was like in between the living seas and the spaceship Earth. They had a place that you could go into, and it was cool in there. So on a hot summer day, which seems like in Florida, whenever I was going to Disney World or Epcot, it was always hot. And so this was a nice way to cool off. And they gave you free soda, but it wasn't regular soda. It was different sodas from around the world. I always liked that exhibition. So living in Florida, we have a lot of different ethnic communities around the city. There are many, many Muslim grocery stores in the Temple Terrace area, which is not far from where I'm at. When I first moved to Florida, I actually lived in Temple Terrace for a while. And Temple Terrace is near USF, which is the local college. It's like the forgotten college of Florida. The big ones are Miami Hurricanes, Florida State, which is up in Tallahassee, the Seminoles, and Florida Gators. So those are the three big ones. But USF is the smaller one. It wasn't established until the 1950s, and it's the USF Bulls. They just, since I've moved here, gotten a football team. Am I missing anything from the chat? If anybody's got any questions for me, put them in the chat. Put them in caps so I'll make sure to see them. Mostly it's just people saying hi. And by the way, hi everyone. So anyway, the USF has a large Muslim contingency. A lot of the professors at USF are from Egypt and Palestine and Saudi Arabia, Turkey. So when they come over, they bring their families, and they like to get the food like they got back in the Middle East. So there's a lot of Middle Eastern grocery stores where you can go to get all the different kinds of like you guys might have seen couscous, or you go to a restaurant and you get couscous. Did you know there's like at least 3 different kinds of just raw couscous? They have really small stuff, which is what you see mostly, and a medium-sized stuff, and even a larger stuff. They're like little balls of pasta. So it's just like one example of the many different kinds of things, and that's one that you might have heard of. There are so many different things for sale at these stores that you would never get a chance to try. So I always try and sneak in those places and get things like different kinds of soda. These ones up here, I was just at a bodega, which is like a Spanish grocery store. I want to say it was the Hurricane, but I got a feeling it was not the Hurricane. I think it was the other one. But there's so many of them. There's a lot of choices, and you go into each one of them, and they have different kinds of soda from different places in Central America and South America and the islands. We get a lot of people coming into Florida from different places in the rest of the Americas. Quiet and shy one, yes. Oh, she's retracted her message. Yeah. Another thing that people might have questions for me about is obituaries, because I help with obituaries at a major newspaper. I can't talk about specifics, but if you have any general type questions about obituaries, feel free to ask them. I'll do my best to answer, just because I've got a lot of experience in that. Or cooking. I was a chef for many years, so if you've got a cooking question, I am your guy. I've often thought about doing a video of me cooking, because a lot of people do that on YouTube, and it seems pretty popular, and I've never done it, even though I do I do all the cooking at home. We hardly ever eat out anymore because of the COVID. It's just, we don't feel safe eating out. Probably because I've worked in restaurants and I see how stuff goes when you're at restaurants. It's not always the safest food handling by some of the folks. There's something in all caps. I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida. Mariah from St. Petersburg. Are you down here all the time, Mariah? Or did you just move here? Or are you on vacation? And there's probably a delay in the chat. So I was thinking about trying one of these. So maybe I should talk about one of those. Let me bring a couple of those down and show them to you. Do you share a favorite recipe? Would love to see you film it. Ida, what kind of stuff are you interested in seeing me cook? I can cook anything. Literally anything. A matter of fact, one of the last places that I worked as a professional cook was at a breakfast place. So we made a lot of breakfast, and I've been known to make a frittata too, which is another Spanish dish. Let me see if I can find one that's interesting from these 4 that I just got. I didn't have any. We were at the Spanish place, so I didn't grab anything Muslim, any of the Muslim drinks. This one is Enjoy Your Best Moments with Betenia. Now this one, the language on the bottle is all in English. Now on my screen it's backwards, but I got a sneaking suspicion that it's correct on your screen, and it just shows backwards in my screen because it's like a mirror. This one has 0 calories, so it's probably not much flavor. 1 serving per customer, 0 calories. And it's got pictures of cherries on there, drops of cherries, a few drops. Oh, no. That's a serving suggestion. This is probably just soda water. I probably got ripped off. I probably just bought Spanish soda water. And this says that it comes from Milton, New York. So it may not even be really imported. It's got triple filtered water, and I think it's just soda. So that one's probably not going to be too interesting. I'll save that one for later. This one looked the most interesting to me. Mabi, natural, and then the rest of that is in Spanish, so I can't read it. De Bijulco Indio, I-N-D-I-O, Indio. Dio means God, so in God maybe. Premium natural Taino, Taino. And then it says something that looks like energize. Now let's see if we can figure out where this came from. Sparkling filtered water, fermented Mambi bark, extract. Oh, this sounds like root beer. Natural brown and white cane sugar, spices, potassium sorbate, that's in everything to protect the flavor. But it's all in English on that part. And here's all the ingredients in Spanish, which is what we expect. And I'm trying to read where it comes from, but the writing is very, very small. Non-alcoholic drink, which is good because I don't drink alcohol anymore. Tano original. So that one's probably, I'm going to guess that this is something in the neighborhood of root beer. This is like Spanish root beer, I'm going to say. It's got something written in Spanish on the bottle. It's a like a brown bottle. ProtejaL. That's an EL. And then AMBIENTE. I don't know what that means. And I have no idea what country this comes from. It's traditional, it says. So that one's probably a good bet. This one is available widely throughout the United States. Oh, there's somebody's got questions. There's something in all caps, so I'm going to read Ida's thing. Do share a favorite recipe. Would love to see you film it. Me and my dad moved in Florida since 2018. I've been here since the mid-'80s. But welcome to Florida. I hope you guys are having a good time. You got here just before the pandemic, so you got to see Florida both ways. Actually, I'm told by people from other places that they're all completely shut down, and Florida is like one of the few places that's still wide open, and so which is a good thing. I like having Florida open. This drink here is jarritos. That means little jars, and it's got actually a picture of little jars on it. This is the best sugar soda, real sugar they use in this stuff, and it comes in a bazillion flavors, not just lime. So if you ever get a chance to try this, try it. This is really, really good. Every flavor I've tried has been great. I call it Jarritos because it looks like that's what it says, but they tell me that it's pronounced jarrito. We got that. And Ting, sparkling grapefruit. Oh, jarrito, that's definitely from Mexico. This one is grapefruit flavored, Ting, and let's look at the Ting bottle. It's something like Fresca. And this is made in Canada, but it's a Jamaican company. And it says it's Jamaican. It's Jamaican Ting. 6% juice. So this one, I've had this before. This one's really good too. But I think I better go with the Tanio. And let's see. Ida's still here. And it looks like it's just us three. Mariah, Ida, and me. Well, welcome to you guys. I may start doing live streams once a week here, just to see how it goes. See what we can do with the channel. My channel's not really growing anymore, so I've kind of given up on the idea of growing the channel. It just doesn't, it seems like they're kind of stifling the smaller channels from growing, not giving us any promotion on the part of YouTube. YouTube, I don't think, promotes the small channels as much as they could. But I've noticed too that my number of subscribers is not going up, and it's, if anything, it's going down. So it's not really growing. So I just kind of post stuff for just for fun now, as I know I'm never going to get to 1,000 subscribers, not at this rate anyway, unless something goes completely viral that's completely out of my control, because I'm just going to post what I want to post. I'm going to post abandoned places when I see them, small town things. When I get a chance to go on the road, I'm going to stop in small towns. I watch a lot of Adam the Woo. I really like his stuff. I find it really amusing. Matter of fact, he was in an abandoned building today. He doesn't really do abandoned so much anymore, but today he was with Scott on Tape, who does do abandoned and movie locations as well. But they were kind of hanging out together, doing video together. If you haven't seen Scott on Tape, go see him. He's from Canada. He's got a mohawk. He's hilarious. He's very similar to Adam the Woo, but maybe a little more hyperactive than Adam is. Adam's not quite as hyperactive. I think Adam is definitely ADD, but he doesn't have the ADHD. So that's what I was watching today. They were in what was the name of that movie? I wish I could remember the name of the movie, but it's the Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2, actually. And I didn't know that it had a Walking Dead connection. Greg Nicotero, who produces The Walking Dead and all of those other Walking Dead franchise things. Greg Nicotero did a movie called Evil Dead 2 with a bunch of other people, and they filmed it in North Carolina. The whole movie, from my memory, took place in like an abandoned cabin. So they constructed this abandoned cabin to film it in an abandoned high school gym, a gymnasium. So the gymnasium is still there. And in I guess it's 30 years since they filmed the movie, the gym wound up getting abandoned. It's not used as a movie set anymore. So people have piled junk in there. There was all kinds of junk inside the place. And he's trying to show where different scenes were filmed and the different angles that the camera used, looking at, and the behind the scenes stuff that they got. It was pretty funny. I found it to be kind of amusing anyway. But looking at weird abandoned places is kind of my thing anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that it would entertain me. Happy Life with Mariah. You have a channel? Oh, I haven't made you a... that's the standard thing here at RT. If you come into the chat, you get made a moderator. Make sure I hit the right thing here. Add a moderator. Okay. Now, Mariah, you are a moderator. That means if anybody shows up in a stream or in one of my premieres and they are spamming, you should remove them. And if you would like, you can put a link in this stream. I realize it's just me, you, and Ida here, but you can put a link in any of my streams to promote your channel. There you go. That's how it's done. So I will make sure to click on that later, and if I'm not already subscribed to you, which I probably am, but if I'm not, I will make sure to subscribe to you, and I will definitely watch a video all the way through, and I will leave a comment. That's the kind of thing that helps channels grow. If you watch videos all the way through for friends of yours, that will help their because they're looking at two things basically. YouTube looks at total number of subscribers. They look at interaction, so they want commenting. They also want watch hours. Those are the two main things: watch hours and subscriber count. Minor things that they watch are for content, and they don't want people subscribe. I think that's where I lose subscribers. People come on, they subscribe to my channel, but they don't watch a video. And YouTube algorithm, I think, picks up on that and unsubscribes them. And they don't even notice because they subscribe to everybody. You know, they're just going through lists and subscribing to everybody, hoping that people will subscribe back. Jasper, H. Jasper E. Let me add you as a moderator. I was just giving my moderator speech to Mariah. You are now a moderator. If anybody shows up in the stream or in a live premiere of mine and they're spamming, please get rid of them. If you would like to promote your channel, please do it here. You're now a moderator. You can post a link in there. I would encourage everybody to, you know, if you're rewatching this stream later, to follow the links, watch a video all the way through. Even if you don't watch it, if you just leave it on. Oh, here's another thing that I've learned. And the guy who told me this, it sounded logical, and he acted like he had backed it up. So with experimentation, so it sounds logical, so I believe him. If you watch a video and you turn down the volume all the way on the YouTube page to where it's muted, it won't count those watch hours. Those watch hours will count, and then when the algorithm picks it up that the volume was turned down all the way later on, you'll lose those watch time. So you'll see your watch time go up, and then it'll go back down again whenever they figure out that people have been watching your videos with the volume turned all the way down. Now you can turn on the volume on your computer, and that's not going to, you know, YouTube doesn't have any way of checking on that. As long as you leave the volume up on the YouTube page that you're watching, even if it's on very, very low, it'll count the hours, the watch time hours. That's a cool surname. Hyatt? I started my channel since Thursday, December 5th, 2019. Well, we'll have to make sure to click the link and go check you out. Let's see what else we can talk. Oh, I was going to open up one of these drinks. Now, one thing that I have found that's interesting, you have to really check these bottles, like the Dorito bottle, or I'm sorry, I should start saying it the right way so I don't say it the wrong way and look like a ugly American. Jarrito. Jarrito comes from Mexico, and for whatever reason, products of Mexico do not have twist-off caps. They have that technology has not made its way into Mexico. But this one, I think we decided, comes out of Canada, but it's Jamaican. Is that this one? No. The Ting is a product of Canada, but it's Jamaican, and it has twist-off cap. Thanks for your trust. Of course, Wolf and Hound. Wolf and Hound, I have not seen you. I put a link to your channel on my channel. That's another thing you can do to help grow channels. On my homepage, I have links to channels that I'm trying to help grow. Some of them are, I've kind of taken off some of the ones that have already grown enough where they don't need my help anymore. And I've kind of left the ones on there that I would like to help grow. You know, channels that need help getting up, getting that boost over 1,000 subscribers, especially. I realized that once you hit 1,000, it's not over. You got to keep constantly growing, or it doesn't pay. But Wolf and Hound. Am I speaking to actually Wolf or Hound? Because Hound is the boy, right? And Wolf is the senior. In my family, I'm Snowman, Snowman the elder, whenever there's two of us together. And then there's my son who drives the drone. He's Snowman the younger. And he took that from Pliny the elder and Pliny the younger from Latin. He was a big Latin fan. You're the wolf. I thought you might be the wolf. I'm welcome. You're already a moderator, so of course you can put a link. Pardon me. You can put a link to your channel or to a specific video that you'd like to promote in the live stream. More than welcome to do that. I am going to start doing live streams, I think, once a week. So hopefully we'll be able to help some channels grow. I may even do that, the live stream the way Wolf does it. Wolf has a program that I can't remember the name of. Maybe he'll put the name of it in the chat. But it allows you to bring up other YouTubers and share the screen. So we can have more back and forth with that. Mariah's here. Oh, phone's at 2%, so she's going to be logging off here shortly. And as my daughter says, that's 1% more than she needs, because she always lets hers go down to nothing. So whenever we ask Bella how much time is on her, or how much battery life is left in her phone, she'll always say, well, it's got 19% more than I need. So that means it's at 20%. And she should probably charge it. She just doesn't like to charge it. Let's see what we got here. StreamYard, my brother. Yes. I think I did a StreamYard account, but I never actually used it. I think that I was so much of a novice at the time that I signed up for that I never used it. And then the free time ran out on it. So I don't know. I probably should just go ahead and pay. I think it's a fairly nominal amount that you pay to them to get that service. Let's see. I do live stream 1 week on channel. So when are you doing your live stream, Mariah? And put it in the notes, and I'll show up at your live stream. Wolf and Hound, H-A. What is that symbol that he has put in there? Is that a steak? I have no idea what that is. I don't speak emoji. And the sun is setting, so it's sneaking in my my western exposure window here. So I have to get out there and film the moon tonight. It's almost the snow moon, folks. It is almost the snow moon. And the song that I picked for the snow moon video is an old Genesis song. It's from the album And Then There Were Three. And Then There Were Three. It was the first album after Steve Hackett left the band. Steve Hackett was the great guitar player who later went on to play with GTR, which was a band. Steve Hackett from Genesis, great guitar player, with Steve Howe from Yes, another great guitar player. Steve Howe also played for Asia. But that GTR album was phenomenal. Really, really good. It was like a super group. They came together, did one album, and gone forever. But a great live show. Great live show. Saw him up at I think I was at the Syria Mosque up in Pittsburgh back in maybe 83, 84, somewhere in there. But anyway, I love Genesis. Always thought that song was good. Wanted to use it for something. So Snowman, Snow Moon, there it goes. North Carolina. Just went to Newark, New Jersey to see Volbeat and Ghost in concert. Let me tell you, it was an epic concert. Nice. Did you get any footage? Well, maybe you probably can't post that. I think you've got a monetized channel. They really nail the monetized channels if they use copyrighted music. I can use copyrighted music. Sometimes it works and it'll let me use it. Other times it will remove the music. Like, for instance, I tried to use Neil Young. I was trying to use Harvest Moon, the song Harvest Moon by Neil Young, for a full moon video. And I spent a lot of time editing. It really turned out great. Great soundtrack. I love the song, love Neil Young. And the friggin' bastard has his, all of his music is blocked. You can't post any of his music on YouTube. He's the only one that can post his own music on YouTube. So yeah, you live and learn. Now I always test a song. Urbexy! Urbexy. If you don't know Urbexy, why don't you know Urbexy? Urbexy, put a link to your channel or your latest video on the chat, because there's not very many people in the live chat, but I really want everybody to get a chance to see Urbex done right. And Urbexy does Urbex in Scotland, which I think that's how I met him, because I think he did a graveyard in a small Scottish town that is where my wife's family comes from. Greenock? Greenock, am I saying it right? Greenock? Is that the name of the small town? It's in Scotland, and that's where my wife's family comes from a long time ago. My family that came from Scotland came there so long ago, we have no idea what the hell town it was. The most recent Scottish ancestor I have was a guy named Carruthers, and he was actually from Northern Ireland. He was a Scot who lived in Northern Ireland, and then when the potato famine hit, he came to America to live someplace where the potatoes weren't rotting and killing everyone. So he came here and fought in the Civil War. So that was a long time ago. He fought for the North. He was from Ohio when he came to America. And there's Urbexy's link. Everybody click on that link for Urbexy. Hit save and go watch a video of his later. Go watch a video and comment on it. Watch it all the way through. They're short videos. Watch a video all the way through, because that really helps the algorithm. When I watch videos, I have this thing called YouTube Premiere, I think is what it's called. Or it's not Prime. Maybe I can see the name of it on here. I look at it. Premium, not Premiere. Premium. Which I strongly recommend. The YouTube Premium. It's only a few dollars a month, and you can watch videos to your heart's content. And there's never any of those annoying commercials. I hate the commercials. So I went ahead and bought the premium, and I love it. There are so many movies on YouTube that you can watch for free. There's just a ton of free movies. Clint Eastwood movies, lots of them. Westerns, John Wayne movies, old movies, some new movies, but mostly old movies. And they're like really good movies, and music too. A lot of bands have a website that you can go to and watch all or listen to all their songs. Some of them have videos, some of them it's just the album cover, so you're just listening to it, but no commercials. And you can set it up to go right to the next song. I've made a couple of playlists on my channel, just fooling around for people to click on and listen to the music. I tried to pick good country and western stuff, old country and western stuff mostly. Let's see what I got here. If you can get addresses for your family's old home, I will go out and get some current photos for. She still has cousins over there. She still has cousins over there in Greenock. That is the town, right? Am I saying it right? Greenock? I'm in the next town from there. All right. Yeah, Greenock. He said Greenock. Yeah. Greenock, Scotland. And it's trust me, it is not a big place. At least when they came here in 1900, it wasn't a big place then. I think that she's even got a picture of one of their houses. So I'll have to see if I can find an address. Valentine's Day. Sandra, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. This is Sandra. If you are not subscribed to Sandra, subscribe to Sandra. Sandra is the biggest promoter of other people's channels that I know. She is always putting out plugs for me. Really, really big supporter of the channel. I try and get to her. That was another thing I was going to say that I do. When I go to a channel, I will look for the play all, and I will just hit play all and leave it with the volume slightly turned up. I can turn down the volume on the whole machine if I need to, and I will play through a whole series of people's videos just to give folks the watch time, because that's another advantage of that premium, is it'll let me go from video to video to video to video with no commercial interruptions in between. So I give people lots of watch time. Now, if your channel is monetized, I'm not giving you any ad revenue. Sorry, monetized folks, but I'm not giving you any. I don't think you get any of the premium price that I pay. I don't think they cut you in on any of that deal. But at least I'm giving you the watch time, and I'm giving you watch time on stuff that, quite frankly, I don't have time to watch. But I give out lots and lots and lots of watch time to my friends and people that I'm trying to help promote, channels that I'm trying to help grow, which, can't hurt. It can't hurt. And there, the sun's just about to go behind the trees, so it'll get a little more comfortable without the light blaring in and all the reflection on my glasses. So, I was going to try one of these weirdo drinks. I'm going to try the Tanio. Let's look this up before I try it to make sure I'm not poisoning myself. Let's put this up on another screen over here. And we'll hit new tab and we'll type this in. What the heck? Let me turn the light on. My eyes aren't what they used to be. And the dogs aren't begging to come in here, so I'm going to go ahead and close the door, because the wiener dogs aren't begging to come in, which is why I kind of opened it. The boy wiener dog had to come in here to thank me for fixing him dinner, because I fixed them dinner before I went live on the live stream. Let's see, MABI space TAINO. And then there's another word here, CA. CACH maybe? Maybe it autofilled for me. Yeah, it autofilled. That's it. Mabi Tiano Cacheo. Oh, non-alcoholic Dominican indigenous drink. Oh, that sounds good. Dominican. Now, if you don't know where the Dominican Republic is, let me tell you. When Columbus first came to America, he went to the island of Hispaniola. Of course, it wasn't called that at the time. It was entirely populated by Indians, not Spanish speakers or French speakers. That island is now two separate countries. One island, two countries. Just like Ireland. Ireland is one island, two countries. The island of Hispaniola is on the east side, the more prosperous side, the Dominican Republic. We do have a lot of Dominican immigrants in Florida and in New York City. You got a lot of Dominicans there, probably in a lot of cities in the East Coast. Although I'm not up there, so I don't really know. But I'm just guessing from what I see on TV. The Dominican Republic, they speak Spanish, and the people are mostly of Spanish and indigenous ancestry, mostly. The other side of the island is Haiti. You probably heard of Haiti because things have gone so bad there for so long. It is like a nightmare, that particular country. They have had no luck whatsoever. It's amazing to me that on one side of the island, it can be very successful and a high standard of living, and on the other side of the exact same island, it can be very unsuccessful and a much lower standard of living. They have a tremendous trouble with crime in Haiti. Haiti was settled by French, so they speak a derivation of the French language in Haiti. We had a lot of Haitian immigrants when I worked at the Tampa Tribune, which was another newspaper here in this area that's gone now. They worked in an ad service department. They did the inserts. They were responsible for taking the printed copies of the newspaper and adding that insert section in the middle, which is all done mechanically, but everything has to be stacked and loaded, and then it's got to be reloaded into separate things and put on elevators down to trucks and taken away. So it's a very complicated process, a lot of manual labor, and they had a lot of these Haitian immigrants. For whatever reason, there was a whole lot of them in that department. It was a lot of nighttime work, but we used to go in the break room sometimes and get to meet the Haitians in the break room. Always very, a lot of fun folks. But that's the other side of the island. That's the part of the island that became independent. I'm not sure if it was shortly after or shortly before American independence. I think it might have been shortly after American independence. The slaves in Haiti rebelled against their French masters, and they gained their independence. So it was the only republic in the entire hemisphere that was run by slaves, former slaves, because they weren't slaves anymore. But they've run into a tremendous trouble with corruption in that country, so it's really, really difficult to get anything done because there's so much crime there now. They've had just a tremendous time for hundreds of years. Language barriers in small area can lead to all sorts of issues. Yeah, that's true. Plus, there's the racial divide in Hispaniola. They have the eastern part of the island speaking Spanish and being mostly white. Well, Hispanic is white, right? Technically speaking, I don't know. I shouldn't really talk about race, probably. It's probably not a good thing to do on YouTube anyway. But in any case, one island, two nations. So this is part from the eastern part of the island, Dominican. So Mabitiano, and my guess is because it said brown and it said bark. So I guess that's some kind of a native plant. And before I got sidetracked, I was going to look it up. It's 11.2 ounces. No, this is 12 ounces. But the ones they're selling here, I don't think. Let's see if I can read anything about it before I actually drink it. Yeah, this is what I'm drinking. Non-alcoholic Dominican indigenous. Does not say anything about what it is. Nope. No hint as to what it is. So I guess we just try it. And this one, because it doesn't from Mexico. Are you ready? I'm not sure that's twist off. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Fortunately, I brought the church prepared in case I had to go for the burrito. Oh, 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 oh. It smells horrible. It smells absolutely horrible. Uh, but, you know, we're committed now. The lid's off, and it wasn't a twist off. So they do not have the technology for the twist off top like America. Like I have. It's not as bad as it smells. I, I don't know whether that's a, um, it's not root beer. It's not like any root beer I've ever had. But it's sweet. It's certainly sweet. I'm not going to give it a big thumbs up. But actually, it's kind of growing on me. It does kind of taste kind of barky. It's a little barky, but it did say bark on the label, so you can't complain. This is what happens when you try new things. Sometimes it's a big winner, like Jarritos. Other times, like the Ting. Ting was a big winner. Ting, this is Jamaican. Lovely. My Dominican friends, I'm sorry. This is not the drink of my people. My people drink birch beer. Any of you ever heard of birch beer? I think it's just a Pennsylvania thing. Maybe some other areas have it too, but like New Jersey or something. I don't know. But where I come from, instead of root beer, birch beer. Birch beer was our go-to. And it is so hard to get in Florida. I, I always wind up paying 5 times what I would pay back up home. And to me, when I'm home, back up in the hills in Pennsylvania, when I'm back up there, the just the cheapest birch beer, like Joe's Birch Beer, whatever, whatever local company is making birch beer, that's the best one. Whatever's on sale, that's the best one. But I can't get it down here. I have to pay $1 a bottle to get it at the fruit stand or wherever, some off the wall place where they're selling it to Yankees like myself who have come down here to Florida. My favorite in Canada, yes, birch is. Oh, they have birch beer in Canada. Birch beer is a Canadian thing too. All right, good for you. What brands do you get? When I get it down here, Broilin or Boylan is something that I can find sometimes that I like. I like the Boylan, but it's glass bottle, so it's $1 plus a bottle. You got to really um, space it out between drinks because you can't just sit there and drink it all day. Too expensive. It is sweet. It's sweet, but it's bitter at the same time. And I'm having a lot of trouble getting over the smell of it. It not like any birch beer, or not like, it's certainly not birch beer. It's not like any root beer. Well, it is like some of the root beers I've tried. Some of the root beers that I get, because I can't get birch beer, so I'll get root beer in different places. Some of the root beers that I try have a real strong licorice flavor, and I think there is a little bit of a licorice kind of a taste going on here too. Can't remember the brand. Looks like a beer bottle. So good. Yeah, a beer bottle. You can't go wrong. That's one of the main reasons I picked this one out. It's in a beer bottle, like a brown bottle. I should stop smelling it. The smell really is worse than the flavor on this. Mm, 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 mm. I have to try and convince somebody else to drink the rest of this bottle. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh my. Is everybody a monitor? Or not a monitor, moderator? Has everybody been brought into the moderator cult? Adrian? Adrian is not a moderator. How did that happen? Adrian, if you're still here, you're a moderator. You're probably not still here anymore. Wolf, he was already a moderator. I've probably missed some of the stuff in the chat here. I'm going all the way back to the beginning to see if there's anybody in here who's not a moderator. Let's see. All modded up. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Birch beer sounds interesting. I have no favorite type myself. Like the French-made Pelforth Brune when I was touring the south of France. So is that like a wine? Probably. South of France makes me think wine. Monaco. Makes me think Princess Grace. Let's see. Gotta go have Valentine's dinner. Oh, Sandra left to go have Valentine's dinner. I probably should leave to go get some dinner for myself. I bought, when I was down at the Spanish grocery store with my daughter, just before I came home to do the live stream and feed the dogs, we went to the Spanish market and I found coconut flavored ice cream. One of the Spanish brands down here has all different kinds of unusual flavors of ice cream. Mango, just different Spanish, not avocado, but other different Spanish flavors. The coconut is the one I always go for. It's really, really sweet, very tasty. It's a pretty sweet brown beer. Oh yeah, yep. The Europeans go for a darker beer than Americans, generally speaking, I think. It's been a long time since I've worked in a bar, though. And it's been an even longer time since I've drank. I used to drink all the time, but I don't drink at all anymore. So I don't really know a whole lot about beer, and I probably will never learn more than what I've already picked up. Trying to keep an eye outside for the sun. The sun's almost completely down. I'm going to go out a little later and try and shoot some moon video so that I have some in stock. I recently changed my camera to a Kodak, which I'm not happy with at all. I'm going to have to try and find another Nikon because I just can't get used to this Kodak. And I did buy this recently. This is something I can talk about a little bit on the live stream. This is something that YouTubers would probably find, relatively interesting. I have this. This is a gimbal. Now, I don't know for a fact that this is the one that exploring. What did he change his name to? Used to be Corkboard TV. His name is Scott. On Location with Scott. Okay, that's his current name. There's a link on my page to his channel. So if you're looking for Scott, look for him there. He's not got a big channel. He's got a small channel. This is a gimbal. And what you do with this is you set the camera on here and you balance it, and then you turn it on, and it keeps the camera nice and steady while you're moving around in an abandoned building or a state fair or what have you. And it makes for better still shots. This one here is the M2, designed and powered by Zhiyun, Z-H-I-Y-U-N. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I looked around at a few places, and this is the one I wound up buying. I don't know for a fact that it's the one that Scott bought. Scott bought one, and posted a video of unboxing it, and it looked kind of like this, but I can't remember for a fact if it was this one or not. I was gonna order what he bought online, but I decided I better go talk to somebody at the store first to make sure that the camera that I was going to have was going to work on it. So the guy at the store assured me that I could get it to work with just about any camera under 700 grams. So this is like 550 grams, I think. I don't know what that is in pounds because I'm not European, and we just still measure stuff in pounds and ounces. I know we're very backwards that way, aren't we? There's some Canadians in the room, I think. You guys know about grams, and you have to know about Fahrenheit because you get the temperature in Fahrenheit when you come to America, and you don't get it in Celsius. When I was a kid, they kept telling us, you're going to have to learn the metric system. Everybody in the whole world's using the metric system. We're all going to buy everything in metric. The only thing we got, 2-liter bottles of soda. That was it. That was the sum total of the metric system in America for many, many years. Now I know they're doing some stuff in other things now, more than before. But when I was going to school in the 60s and the 70s, they kept talking about the metric system and using it in science class, and that was it. We still all measured our weight in pounds and our height in feet and inches, and I have no idea how many kilos I weigh. I could not tell you. I probably couldn't tell you how many pounds I weigh either, but that's aside from the point. Just because I don't weigh myself very much because I'm probably too fat. Let's see. Are we getting some good comments here? Are there any questions here? Mr. Board, yes. Urbexy's always in his live chats. Matter of fact, he's going to be doing a live chat later tonight, and we should all go there and torture him. If you got a chance to go to, what did I call it again? I want to say Corport TV. On Location with Scott. If you go to On Location with Scott tonight, I will be in the chat, and Urbexy will be giving Scott grief from Scotland directly to Arizona, because our friend Corkboard or Scott is from Canada, but he avoids the Canadian winter like the plague, which good on you, buddy. I mean, if I lived in Canada, I sure as heck wouldn't be there in the wintertime. If I had the wherewithal to be in Arizona in the wintertime, and if I lived in Canada, I would definitely be in Arizona every winter, guaranteed. Trudeau be damned. Urbexy put up a link to, I don't know what that link is to. Probably On Location with Scott. Or it could be his channel. Either one would be fine with me. All the cans got smaller, but the price stayed the same. When they changed to the metric system here, I remember everything went smaller. Yes, of course. And it's going smaller even more now. That's one of the great things about inflation. You get to pay a little more, and they put a little less in every container. I've noticed it my wife has noticed it several times. I've noticed it several times on several of the different things that we buy, and it screws up your recipes. Thank you very much for that downsizing. Now I have to try and figure out, what was in the original package, because I was adding a whole package of this or that to a recipe before. Now I got to figure it out and make adjustments as necessary. I hate downsizing. I hate, what do they call that? Shrinkflation. That I didn't make that word up. That's an actual word that they use to describe when stuff down at Scott's channel. Scott's a link for Scott. That's a link for Scott. We're going to go to Scott's channel tonight, and we're going to torture Scott. Scott he does this and that type videos. Sometimes he's in an abandoned place. Other times he's out at a park. Recently, he went to one of those really fancy auctions of really super expensive show cars. And he posted a video and it friggin' totally blew up. Congrats to him. That was a great place to go. He was truly on location. It wasn't outside the parameters of his channel. He's on location with Scott, on location at the auction, showed some videos, and he will admit to you. He'll probably admit in the live stream that he does tonight. He didn't really do anything special. He just walked around with the camera, took some pictures. I'm not even sure he commented very much on it. It's not my cup of tea. Of course, if you look at my channel, you'll see full watch time on all of his videos. Even if I don't actually watch the videos, I let them play. It's the watch time for it. So good on him for that. I love to give away watch time. Leave the volume on. When you're giving people away, when you're giving away your watch time, don't turn the volume all the way down on YouTube, because the watch time in the long run won't count for that channel. You won't be helping that channel. You'll just be wasting your time. All companies did it. It looked really funny when you put your groceries in your pantry. Yes. Yeah, you've got this amount of space worked out for that, and you put the new in it. Wait a minute. It's smaller. Yeah, he's been doing some really great stuff lately. Yes, he has. I like his gimbal, obviously. I mean, I went out and copycatted him because that's what I do. If I see somebody's idea that I like and I have the wherewithal to do it, and this did not come cheap. The gimbal did not come cheap. It was tax and everything. It was close to a couple of $100. So I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you what the price is. But I think it turned out pretty well. The gimbal turned out pretty well. I've done 2 videos. The first one was a test. The second one is also kind of a test. But I went down to the state fair down here in Tampa, the Florida State Fair, and I videotaped us walking around the fair for a while. I only posted one video where I walk into an old church from the 1890s, an old general store from about 1912, I think they said, and the school is from about that same time, 1912. The One-Room Schoolhouse. I get to tell a great story about my dad. My dad has passed on, but he actually went to a one-room schoolhouse. So did all of his brothers and sisters. Way out in the country, in the hills in Pennsylvania, he went to a one-room schoolhouse with an outhouse, because we're talking about 1930s. I'm pretty old, and my dad was pretty old when I was born. So even though it's only one generation back, it was a long time ago. My dad had a lot of great stories about growing up during the Depression, because he was born in the 20s, so he actually remembers all of the Depression from the time it hit practically through when it ended, when World War II started. By that time, my dad had moved from the country into a small town, and he's got a lot of good stories about that too. My dad went to a one-room schoolhouse when he lived out in the country, and they were poor, and the school wasn't particularly good. And then he moved into town, and him and his whole family were so far behind when they got to school. Everybody thought he was an idiot because he was just so far behind. He hadn't been not a good school. Even if you're a smart kid, so, if you don't have educated parents to teach you at home, which he did not, they just did the best they could. He graduated high school, but he told me just barely. And it was World War II by the time he graduated. And anybody that was male who was going to go join the service as soon as they graduated high school, they were like, "Oh, congratulations, you graduated early." So as soon as he turned 17, his mom signed the paper. They graduated from high school early, and he was on the road to boot camp in Florida, oddly enough. He joined the Navy, became a Navy man, served 2 years. Right at the end of the war, did not go overseas. Thank God he didn't have to go overseas. He never actually served on a real warship. He just served on a sailing ship, oddly enough. The only ship he ever served on was the Lanikai II, and it was a yacht that they would take dignitaries and officers, and he was one of the crew of the yacht. So he was responsible for things like raising the sails, mopping the decks, I'm sure, because he was just a kid. He never made it past, what's the lowest rank that they have in the Navy? Seaman first class. Yeah, so he wasn't a big star in the Navy or anything. My parents used to buy it when we went to the cottage. It meant summer was here. The rest of the time, it was just milk. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Soda, we did not get. Spruce beer. Spruce beer? Oh, I'm picking up the wrong bottle. It was good. It actually is better because it doesn't stink on its way to my mouth. This one, I'm going to try not to breathe as I try and take a sip without breathing because the smell is horrible. I think it grows on you. Now, some of the Spanish drinks that I've gotten before have like a malt flavor to them. Some of them taste kind of like beer or malt, but it's like a grain type vegetable or grain type soda, grain flavored soda. I don't know. Anyway, this one is kind of in that neighborhood. Nabi Tiano. I guess it's some kind of a tree that grows in Hispaniola. And they harvest the bark and make the bark into this premium sparkling craft fermented bark drink. Premium bark drink. Does it make me want to bark? Not really. Not really. I don't want to bark. Looks like you got yourself a great. I think I better go back and read some of these because I think I've missed something. All the companies did it. He's been doing great stuff lately. I read that. Nicole, is the spruce beer a beer or a root beer? Looks like you got yourself a great piece of kit. It's not alcoholic. Kids drink. It's like root beer. Same with birch beer. I'm going to have to look for this. Spruce beer. Spruce beer. It tastes like a Christmas tree. It tastes like a Christmas tree. This does not taste like a Christmas tree. I can guarantee you that this right here, it tastes like medicine, bark, licorice. Yeah, this is not, I'm not going to be going back for more of this. I guarantee you that. This is going to go with the Malto, which was another Spanish drink that I won't buy anymore. The Malto or iron beer. Iron beer is another Spanish one that I give a hard pass on. And some of the root beers that I've tried are really horrible too. I've always used to make fun of people who said they didn't like root beer because I always got Dad's and I thought it was great. Dad's root beer up north, great root beer. A&W, great root beer. What's that other one? Mug, very popular, great root beer. They got a nice mint flavor to them, but some of them are just too much licorice. Ugh, nasty. Like Stewart's, I think, is one of the ones that I do not like. Barks has good root beer. Barks, I think, is the only root beer with caffeine in it. If spruce beer tastes like a Christmas tree, it must be good. Now you've intrigued me. Now I have to have spruce beer. I don't know where I'm going to find it, but I'm going to go looking for spruce beer. And if I find it, I'll make sure to drink it live on a live stream so that I can enjoy it with you. We'll have to share one together. Now, I probably should go ahead and end the stream. So if anybody has been holding back on putting up a link to their channel, put it in now, because I'm going to wrap this up before too awful long here, and let you guys get back to your friends and family. We have 4 people in the room, and this is not bad for an unannounced, unplanned, spur of the moment live stream. It's not bad. I'm happy with it. If I've got 4 people, that's great. And I've got, look at that, 10 people have stopped in at different times and taken the time, and were nice enough to smash that thumbs up button for me, which I really appreciate. That's going to help my watch time. Not that it really matters, because I will never be able to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll never be able to monetize the channel. But I'm okay with that. I'm not here for the ad revenue. I'm here to have fun. Ida enjoyed the live. I enjoyed having Ida here at my live, and I like that snowman icon too. I've been using that a lot lately. You know, that was another thing I wanted to ask about. I noticed a while back on my channel that the emojis were gone for about a month, and I wondered if I had gotten put in emoji timeout. If anybody else has ever experienced an emoji timeout where YouTube says, you use too many emojis, I'm going to take them away from you for a while, and maybe I'll give them back, maybe I won't. But I couldn't use emojis for a while, except in live streams. And then one day I went and they were back. So I don't know whether it's something I did on my end or something YouTube was punishing me for using the emojis too much. I don't know. I know they don't like it when you talk just in emojis. I know they want text and they want unique comments. They don't want you to copy and paste the same comment in over and over again. They don't like stuff like that. They got some way in the algorithm of picking this stuff up. Oh, there's the snowman again. Filling the washing machine. It's good you're getting work done. Here at my house, I am not allowed to touch the washing machine or the dryer. I have not been properly instructed on it. So I just put dirty clothes in there, and magically they appear on my side of the bed, and I am to fold them and put them away or hang them up, as the case may be. But I don't have to actually wash anything here, or as we say back in Pennsylvania, wash anything. I don't use the washer, and I don't wash clothes. I do wash the dishes because I cook, so I wash a lot of dishes, and we don't have a dishwasher. We have everything's done by hand. Only one I couldn't find was the happy face. The Ted guy, he disappeared. I imagine they go in and clean out stuff like that. Yeah, because that's another thing that you absolutely can't talk about on YouTube is the big S word. It has to do with somebody who has done themselves in. You can't say anything about that, because then you got to put up all kinds of warnings about that. And if you need help, go call this number. So that's one of those touchy subjects. My friend Anna's Burning Curiosity, I think, ran into that particular thing on something she had done fairly recently. I think I saw a notification for it, but by the time I clicked on the notification, it had been removed, forcibly removed by YouTube. Drive Shaft Drew, you got here just about the time that I'm wrapping things up. You are a moderator. Please post a link to your channel or a particular video that you would like people to view, and they can go view your video when the live stream ends. We like to promote small channels. Drive Shaft Drew has a channel that's he's trying to grow, so I'm sure he would appreciate any help that we may be able to offer him. But he doesn't want me to put red sauce. You know, I actually know how to wash clothes. I am fully capable of washing clothes, but she Mrs. Snowman likes to wash the clothes, so it's what we call division of labor. It's a household type thing. She likes to wash the clothes, so I let her wash dishes. Though. I don't force her to not wash the dishes. She's allowed to wash dishes when she wants to, but I do a lot of them. She would probably tell you that she does more than I do, but I don't believe that to be true. I think I probably wash more dishes. She definitely washes all the clothes though. Before I was married, and I didn't get married until I was middle-aged, let's just say, because I'm a dozen years older than my wife. So she was of legal age when I married her, so everything was on the up and up and okay. But that is a big span of years difference in age. So I lived for a long time without a spouse to wash my clothes. So I am capable of washing clothes. I do know how to do that. And I hope that I would not wash my red Guayabera shirt in with my t-shirts, but you never know. It's been a while since I've done it. It's been over 20. Jeez, we've been married 28 years. Can you believe that? 28 years we've been married, me and my lovely spouse, who's celebrating Valentine's Day by herself so far. Well, I'm celebrating Valentine's Day in a few minutes here. Some of my music. Excellent. Excellent. As moderators, we may visit other channels via the 3-dot menus beside their names. Oh, there you go. Excellent. That's a help. I don't know how everything works, so that's a help, Jasper. Pointing people the right direction. We like that. Watching people's videos all the way through helps the algorithm. If you can click on somebody, if somebody has a link at the end of their video, and if you click on that, it helps the first video build for the algorithm because it shows that you were engaged enough in the one video to want to see another one by the same person. So that's another way to help a channel grow, help the algorithm. Hitting the like button, leaving a comment that's not a copy and paste comment, leaving a unique comment, I think is the word that they like to use, unique. Something that has something to do with the content in the video. So that's helpful to help channels grow. I suppose even if you just copy and paste something, it's probably helpful, at least to some extent, but they want stuff to be unique. And I do know that if you subscribe to channels that you don't watch and never watch any videos on and never make any comments on, YouTube will take your subscription away from that person. So you've subscribed to them, but it hasn't actually helped them at all. So if you want to help other channels grow, watch a video all the way through, leave the volume turned at least a little bit on, and leave a comment and a like. That's the kind of stuff that helps YouTube channels grow, at least according to everything I've read. And take it for what it's worth, I suppose. We just try. We just try. Let's see. I don't think I've got anything else I need to show to you guys or talk about. I never did get any obituary questions. Maybe that's a good thing to put up for the next one. If I plan to do a live stream, put on there something about obituaries and then people could look it up. Do people even, well, I know people that do genealogy like to look at obituaries, and genealogists might have questions about placing obituaries. Or if you have somebody in your family that's recently passed away and you want to know about obituaries, I could be helpful in that regard. Obviously, it wouldn't be in my newspaper, but I could kind of point you in the right direction to help you avoid the pitfalls of, spending too much money on an obituary, because usually there's like a short list that you can do for free in most newspapers. You can do a short obituary and it's no charge, but those big obituaries that you see in the newspaper, in my newspaper, they can cost literally thousands of dollars. I've seen people spend over $3,000 on an obituary, running it multiple days, running multiple photographs in it, and multiple columns wide, and lots of text. Those really big ones, trust me, those do not come cheap. If it's a big newspaper, they can be very, very costly. It's advertising space. It's an advertising department. The obituary department is advertising. It is one of the things that they use to offset the cost of printing and delivering a physical newspaper. It is an expensive process. There's a lot of overhead. People work in the offices. They have to pay for their medical insurance. They have to pay their paychecks. They have to pay for their vacation time. There's the cost of the print, the newsprint. That's not cheap. The ink that they put on the paper, that is also not cheap. They have to pay artists to come up with the advertisements that go into the newspaper. Usually, when you put an ad in a newspaper, it's not something that you've designed the ad yourself. Somebody designs the ad that works at the newspaper to make it effective for you. That's a service that they provide that's worked into the cost of the advertisement, is the cost of paying somebody to make your design for you. Now the advertising people will not design a logo for you unless you pay extra. But that is something they can usually do. If you have a logo, they can put it in your ad. Somebody's at the door. I think that may be Mrs. Snowman coming home. I think she probably took a walk while I was talking on the videos here. Mrs. Snowman and my daughter. My daughter lives here, even though she's an adult. I do have one adult daughter here. She is the tiny girl that you see in my videos. That's my daughter. She just looks like she's 12 years old. She's actually, in fact, an adult. So I think I call her in the videos a little flurry, but you may have heard me slip up and call her by her name, which is, I'm not going to say it again. But I've slipped up several times. So if you're really interested in knowing, you can probably figure it out without too much trouble. And then there's Snowman the Younger. My son lives down the street from me, and he's married. So once in a while, his wife shows up in my videos. That's the Mrs. Snowman the Younger. So I suppose what we're going to call her. Snowman the Younger drives the drone. I bought a drone, and he does all the flying. He's actually going to teach me how to fly the drone because he bought me a smartphone. Up until a few weeks ago, I was the last man on earth with the flip phone. Old-fashioned LG, what was at the time state-of-the-art flip phone. And I had to get rid of this because when they made that big jump to 5G, this no longer supports 5G, and I have to have the phone to do my job at the newspaper. They need to text me a number every day so that I can go on to the website where we help people put their obituaries in the newspaper. I do all work from home now. I have a computer-based phone. I use this. And separate workstation here at for work, and then I've got this one here is for the videos, and this one over here is for the obituaries. and I help them with some advertising as well. I'm really looking forward to retiring sooner rather than later. I would like to have time once I can get out of working every day. If I can get the insurance, I can get out of working every day. That's all I'm worried about is the medical insurance. If I get old enough, I can get the medical insurance elsewhere, and then I can have more time to go exploring abandoned buildings and posting videos of abandoned places for you guys to enjoy. So you should tell them to fire me at work. Go call and complain at the newspaper and say, this guy working obituaries, this snowman guy, what the heck's wrong with him? Get him fired. Hopefully they'll fire me and then I won't have to work anymore because I'm tired of working. I'm too old to work. And it's an hour and a half. I'm an hour and a half in here. I hate to leave because I've got more people in the room now than I've had the whole night, but I'm going to leave. Anybody wants to post a link, please post a link. Please find people in the chat here to find their channels on YouTube and help them out with a nice subscribe. I got to get out of here. I'm losing my voice too. And next time I'm going to have a Jarrito because this Dominican drink, not so good. Not so good. Good night, Nicole. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Good night, Jasper. Drew, everybody. Mariah, there's her link. I'm going to click that next. Come to On Location with Scott tonight. Join me in the chat there. God bless everybody. Take good care. Bye-bye. Your stream will stop. Okay. You're going to hit twice. Are you sure you want to stop? Yes.